Chyna, if there's one person who deserves absolutely to be in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame.
Hi, I'm glad to have a Valentine, and Chyna, yes, Chyna deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
She deserves to go in the Hall of Fame. She of the business.
Hey, I'm Lorenzo Lamas. And you know, I am amazed. I was shocked to hear that my dear friend Chyna was not in the WWE Hall of Fame. I thought she was. Chyna deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, right?
Hey, Mike Tyson, put Chyna in the Hall of Fame. Come on, come on. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame.
Yo, what's up? This is Walter Jones, also known as Zach the Black Ranger. I just want to say Chyna belongs in the Hall of Fame, for sure. It's more for time. Let's make it happen.
There's no denying her contributions to WWE.
I have been a fan
I do think that she belongs in there. Okay, if anybody belongs in there, she does. I mean, come on, there's no girl that's ever or will ever be like her. I don't give a shit who they are.
We're rolling anytime you're ready.
Whoa! WWE legend and Hall of Fame there. And one thing I've got to say, Chyna needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Yay!
There's no denying her contributions to WWE.
Anytime you tell me about it, we're rolling.
This is Fred Ottman, aka Tugboat Typhoon, the natural disaster and the shockmaster. And I'm telling you, and all of the fans out there, Chyna deserves her break into the Hall of Fame. She's awesome.
Hey, Superstore, you know what? Chyna definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Put her in there! Or else she's gonna probably pick me up.
Please have a little fun with my next episode. Again, I really want to emphasize. I mean, it's fun. Really give them a break. We don't want that energy, you know, around the whole Chyna thing. We don't want us as fans and friends to put that energy out. So, again, I promise you. Lastly, give them a break. However, because we were talking about the Hall of Fame, let me introduce to you two dear friends, Mr. and Mrs. Johnny Mantel. They're from the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. I'll give them the floor for a moment.
Well, first off, Anthony, I'd like to thank you for having us be a part of this tonight. We're really excited to be here and to be a part of this night to remember Chyna and her legacy in this sport and in the world itself. The Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame is the only brick and mortar Hall of Fame in the world for professional wrestling. It was established in 1999 in upstate New York, and just recently it moved to Wichita Falls, Texas, where it will call home for the rest of its life, which I hope will be forever, because the boys in the business, and I see a few of us here in the audience tonight, deserve a home when we're done with the ring, much like Chyna does. And unfortunately, and tragically, and maybe in a great omen, now that Chyna's passed, she will become eligible for the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame has an age limit. You have to be 50 or over, or you have to be deceased. So tragically now, she becomes eligible for our Hall of Fame. It is the only Hall of Fame that has a voting system and a voting committee, and you are elected by your peers in this Hall of Fame. That's what makes this Hall of Fame different from anything else in the world. So Anthony and everybody tonight, you just need to look around and feel that presence of Chyna in this room and say, she is the ninth wonder of the world. Thank you so much.
We can't say it. Trust me, in 2017, Chyna's going to be in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. At this moment, because we're sort of seeing the future, we would already like to donate an exact replica of the outfit that Chyna wore when she won the Intercontinental Belt at Gund Arena in Cleveland, Ohio in 1999. Lisa's in the house who made it, did all of Chyna's clothing and fashion, all of her years, and basically just redid it for us in the exact way that it was done when it was made originally. So this is an exact replica. The pads, arms, legs, all of this, obviously we'll have it mounted properly when she gets elected into the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. And when that day happens, we'll all donate. We will actually also donate the actual belt that Chyna won in 1999, made by the same guy that made it back then, the guy that's in his garage doing only WWE belts, man. So we'll donate. So when you go to Wichita Falls, Texas, later on in 2017, and hopefully there'll be a huge, area where there's nothing but Chyna. We'll have the outfit, we'll have the belt, and Chyna will get what she deserves. Thank you guys so much. I can't remember what's next. We're going back to the band.
Yeah.
I know, right? So, let's go back to the band.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with the finger and the thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. We start going and we don't stop running. Back to the rules and we hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Brain gets small but your head gets hung. So much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with taking the back streets. You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get a show on, yeah. Hey, all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the road. It's a cool place, but they say you get colder. Now wait till you get older, but the media man seems to differ. There's another hole in the spotlight picture. Ice we skate, it's getting pretty thin. While it's getting warm, so you might as well swim. World's on fire, come on yours. That's the way I like it, and I'll never do it for fun. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the game on, yeah. Hey, all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. and we can all use a little change. Now the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Back to the rules and we hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. The brain gets strong, but your head gets done. So much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with taking the backseat. Never shine if you don't go. Never shine if you don't blow. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, yeah. Hey, all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break up my world. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, she's a rock star, get the show on, yeah. Hey, all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break up my world. Thanks.
Thank you, Ricky. We'll introduce that great band, Strings. I don't know if we can do the choir. It's just the Chyna Memorial Killer, wonderful, awesome choir. Because we'd be here all night and you've had enough of me. One of the most pleasurable parts about reuniting with Chyna a year ago was I got a chance to meet this next guy. And this is one of the legendary attorneys in Los Angeles and in the world of the WWE. He's represented all of them. And he represented Chyna back in the day. And when he found out that she was back, he reached out to Eric, our filmmaker, and Eric brought him to me, and we had just been two peas in a pod since. And he has just, we've spent a lot of time with this guy, with Chyna, and she just loved him more than anything. And of the very few people that we've chosen to speak tonight, he's without a doubt one of them. So I want to introduce Chyna's attorney and dear, dear, long-time close friend, Sam Perlmutter.
As a lawyer, I'm used to getting paid by the word, but this time I'm going to make it a little quicker. I was introduced to Chyna 14 years ago to be a lawyer, but she wanted to interview me. So she looks at me and she says, "You're short, you're Jewish, you're hired." That was it. And we had a real journey together. And one of the great events was when I negotiated the Playboy cover for Chyna with the owner of Playboy, Hugh Hefner. And I'm negotiating the deal. And when I said, look, the normal deal isn't going to go for her because she's just a little bigger than what you've been used to. So what I like to do is, what's the average sale? And everything over that average sale, give Chyna a piece of it. He said, I don't know that I could do that. I said, all right, let me come back a little later, tomorrow. I called Chyna. I said, Chyna, come with me to this negotiation at the Playboy Mansion. And I want you to sit next to me and start acting tough. She looks at me and says, you don't have to teach me how to act. What do you think I've been doing in the ring all these years? Let me tell you something. She sat next to me as I'm negotiating, trying to cut the deal. And Chyna is making these tough faces. In 3 minutes, we had the deal. Big time. She made a lot of money and deserved it. And then Hugh Hefner called me and says, we'd like to do it one more time next year. I said, you got it. He said, don't bring her. I'm a little frightened. I lost track of her when she had a dark period. And when I found out she may be back, I reached out to her because we were very close. She was close to my son, who just 2 weeks ago graduated from law school at USC. She couldn't believe that he was that big because it was a 13, 14-year experience. And she was part of the family, not so much with my ex-wife, but she was really part of the family. I want to tell you something. It was one great experience. I represented a lot of people. She is the closest person to me that I've ever represented. So sad. I could not believe this happened. We are on our way to doing other things with Anthony, one great manager, and I also represented Roddy Piper, Roddy Piper, who passed over the years. I was a little guy like that, get all these people, I know. But I do want to introduce you to Roddy's son, Colt, who's going to be a wrestling star very shortly. And let me bring him out, Colt Coombs.
So I would have to say a few words. Sam and Dad had a good relationship, and turns out I didn't know actually until after Dad had passed that him and Chyna had been texting as well and had a decent relationship too. We've done a lot of supporting texts and stuff in our life to each other. And I was as we talking, I was trying to think, what would I say? And it just so happens that, by pure coincidence, the first time I ever met Chyna and the last time I ever saw her were both two perfect times to best depict the way our relationship was and the way she acted and how she was for me. The first time I met her, I was about 10 years old, and I was backstage when my dad was wrestling, and she had passed by about 3 times, along with about 50 to 100 other people who didn't even notice me. I was on one of those old battery-powered DVD players that flip open. Terrible, big old headphones in. And when you're backstage at big events like that, especially when you're only 10 years old, it is a really intimidating and very, very scary place. And I remember being scared a lot of the time when Dad would go to work, and I would just be alone. And one time, after about 100 people had passed by, and the third time that she passed by, she stopped and brought me this little stuffed wrestling doll and just literally gave it to me because she could tell the battery died in my DVD player. And I was bored and I was nervous, I didn't know what to do. It was a super duper simple thing for her to do, but it made a huge impact on me. And then fast forward 16 years, the last time I saw her was at my father's funeral. And I was there for hours. My sister Ara was in the audience, my wife Sarah were all there. And we'd shaken hands and hugged about, 200 people that day. I mean, they all just were in one for every single one of us kids that stood out and that we would never ever forget was the moment that Chyna said, "Stay with us." And not a single word was said. She looked at me and she hugged me. And it was something I will never forget in my life. After that entire day, that was the one thing I will remember, is the way that she took 30 seconds of her time to give me an extra big hug and to look me in the eyes. And it wasn't until later that I learned that her and Dad were a lot closer, and I feel it was her way of somewhat repaying Dad for the help that he'd done for her. And I just want to say thank you to her, and I will always remember her. Thank you.
So good. I love this guy's dad. Roddy Piper was the greatest man. We were at Jerry's Deli on Ventura Boulevard. I know he told the story, but I was with Chyna that night. And Rod was like, "Hey, Anthony." And "Hey, Rod, what up?" And Chyna and Rod, and all of a sudden there's this little giddy 12, 13-year-old kid just, up in there, and Rod's like, he don't care about me, but Chyna's his favorite. And Chyna was just so humble and so kind with her fans. and so amazing. And I got the privilege of working with Roddy Piper for many years. And I gotta tell you something, that was devastating too, but what an amazing, wonderful, great guy. And again, one of the greats, man. Top 3 for sure. We got something really special coming up next, but first, we had a couple of friends that decided that they wanted to send us a little bit of a video tribute. So we're gonna show a quick video of that, and then we got more of this. We'll be right back.
I have many memories of Joni. Certainly, it was wonderful to be a part of her debut in WWF, WWE. Was very excited to find out what we were going to do, and that debut was certainly painful the next morning, but it was just as I asked, and she delivered it perfectly. So many memories of just guttural laughs and those laughs that came from the bottom of her belly. I can hear that laughter right now. And I think, though, the most precious things to me about her are related to Dakota. When she first came in, I always taught Dakota to respect her elders and say Miss or Mr. And so the Miss part I got, I was expecting her to call her Miss Joni, but on her own, she just named her Miss Big Joni. And so to this day, I guess she, to me, and to Dakota still, is Miss Big Joni. And I really miss Miss Big Joni a whole lot. And I wish I could be there with you all today to celebrate in person, but I know you guys will do a great job of it. So I'm thinking of her a lot today, and God bless you all for the kindness and the care and just the love that you're showing. God bless. Thank you, Anthony.
Hey, I'm Dr. Terry Broad. I just want to tell you my experience with Chyna. Chyna was a force of nature. When we were working together, she was in a really great place in her life. She had a wonderful spirit. She was fit. She was fun. She was funny. And me and my practice, we just all really loved her. So we're going to miss her very much. And we know she's in a better place right now and probably having a great time.
Hello, it's Mick Foley, and I just wanted to thank everybody who's gathered today to celebrate the life and career of Joni. I wish I could be there with you, but I would like to spend a moment sharing my favorite memory with you, and that is time and again watching Chyna taking my daughter by the hand when she was 5 or 6 years old, and I knew that as long as Chyna was in charge, that absolutely no harm would come to my little girl. So it was my hope for Joni that somewhere out there, someone's taking her by the hand, making sure that no further harm comes to her. Joni, we love you, we miss you, and it's very important that I be part of this special day in some way.
Okay, guys, I want to let you know that Joni is celebrating her life in a much better place. I met her many, many years before she ever got into wrestling. She was always kind to my children. She was always really cool. She was brilliant. Spoke 6 or 7 different languages. Just a great quality person, had a great heart. We miss you, Johnny. We love you. Rest in peace. We'll wrestle again someday, I promise.
Chyna was a leader. She paved her own way. She made her own path. She wrestled men, she wrestled women, she was the best. I will miss Chyna very much. She made an everlasting impression on me and anybody she ever met. We love you, Chyna. God bless.
Hey, I'm Jeff Chair. Sorry I couldn't be there this evening, but I did want to send in a quick video message. You know, enough good things can't be said about my friend Chyna. And our career paths crossed one another on special occasions multiple times. She was in my very last match at the WWF, and I was in her very last match that we had at TNA. And it was, you know, every time that I worked with her, it was unique, it was special. And you can't say that about everybody. And without question, everything that's been said about her kicking down doors and trailblazers, it's all true. So I want to thank everyone for being there tonight, friends and family, and most importantly the fans, because you're what makes all of us professional wrestlers tick. Chyna, we love you. Rest in peace.
Yeah. This is for my friend Joni. We gonna miss you, baby. Everybody clap your hands. Just clap your hands.
Y'all gonna sing with me? Come on.
I'll see you when you get I'll see you when you get there. Come on, y'all. See you when you get there. See you when you get there. I'll see you when you get there. Oh yeah. See you when you get there. See you when you get there.
Love you, Chyna.
I'll see you when you get there. 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 Hey. See you when you get there.
Come on, do this.
That's my friend AJ Lou, across the band. And on the saxophone, that's Jarrell Kobe. That's the choir, that's the band, and those are the strings. Yes, I can't really say more than anybody else said, I just, you know, I knew Joni for like 15 years. We didn't talk as much as I would have liked to. You know, when somebody's gone, you always think about the times you should have talked to them or you could have talked to them. And, you know, right there, I guess at the end, she probably really needed to talk to somebody. And I just feel kind of ashamed that I wasn't there, you know, because you wouldn't be there for somebody when they need you. I hope that if I ever go through something or if I'm going through something, that I have somebody to talk to. So y'all think about that in your daily lives. You know some people out there that need you right now. When you leave out of here, go call them. You might not want to talk to them, but call them anyway. You know, because if we don't help each other, who the hell gonna help each other? Amen. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love.
Junior, the great Julio. What can I say? What a gift. What a gift. Oh, thank you. And nice shirt he was wearing. Right? If it's cool enough for Coolio. www.therealchina.com. The only authorized, authentic, limited edition Chyna Memorial t-shirt. Every penny will go to the Ninth Wonder of the World Foundation to help animal rescue, children's education. Chyna lives, but only if you keep her alive. Always. We talked about making amends. You know, we talked about, you know, Chyna, the documentary is about the reconstruction of mind, body, and soul. And her soul was so deep, and she bought in to this idea of having control over her own. And so, it was all about making amends. And a little bit of that is happening tonight. While I wanted to give you a little flavor of probably, I think, one of the greatest wrestling teams of all time. We remember the Attitude Era. We remember D-Generation X. It is an honor and a pleasure to introduce our next guest speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, X-Pac.
You know, people, they write what they want to say for things like this, and you know, I started to, and I just realized I just forget it anyways. And also, people come out and they'll say some of the things that you were going to say. So I thought I'd try to do this with a little bit of brevity tonight. I'm sure some people are probably wondering what the hell I'm doing here. Yeah. There's no secret that Joni and I had a really rocky relationship. The fact is that until the day she died, I loved her very much. I really did. So many things have been said tonight, so I want to try to say some things that haven't been said. And I've said this for years and years. Chyna, she did more for the empowerment of women than Billie Jean King or so many other women had done before her. And I don't think that she gets the credit that she deserves for that. I don't know what you people think, but I think it's a little bit of bullshit. God forgive me for that. Actually, I'm sure he does. Thankfully. Anyways, everybody knows, well, I don't know everybody, but a lot of you people out there got to watch us all be Generation X. And honestly, I think that Chyna was as important a member, if not the most important member, maybe the glue to Generation X. And she's really, so, you know, they showed that. Where was I? Anyway, she was really the glue to Generation X, and you know, I saw the video talking about the Hall of Fame, and here's the thing, and Anthony, I heard him say earlier, and it was really cool to say that give the WWE a break, and, you know, that, but maybe we shouldn't give them a break. Maybe we should get on a little bit about getting Chyna to the Hall of Fame. Come on, Vince, come on, Paul. We can do this next year, don't you think? I know it's not the most important thing in the world. It doesn't define a person. Joni, the thing she did in her life, it's just absolutely amazing. And a lot of people don't realize, okay, it's an amazing thing that she was the Intercontinental Champion. Nobody has ever done that. No female's ever done it. Nobody will ever do it again. But to me, her time in New Japan Pro Wrestling, that was huge. That was huge for women in Japan. A lot of people don't realize that. Japanese pro wrestling, they look at it a lot more as a sport, as a legitimate sport. You know, we look at it as entertainment here. And the fact is, a woman has never stepped foot in a New Japan Pro Wrestling ring or any men's wrestling ring. I mean, not even step foot in it just to see how it felt in there. So the fact that Antonio Inoki took the time and had the faith in her to bring her over there and let her show what she has. I'll tell you, look, I'm gonna try, I already said I'd keep this short, right? But just a real quick story. I told her that Japanese wrestling was a little bit different, and that the media, you could go over there, and the media treated it like a sport. So you could go over there, and whatever you said to the media, you could kind of shoot your own angles. That's like a wrestling term. And so she went over there, and the top guy over there at the time was named Masa Chono, and so to the media, she kept challenging Chono, and that put Chono in a really tough spot. Because the people, they wanted to see it. And so, you know, Chono being the good sport that he is, he agreed to the match, and it was one of the top matches on the Tokyo Dome show that year. And she did an amazing job. He ended up kicking her head damn near off her shoulders and beat her, but the fact is that she showed everybody that, you know, a woman could go out there and do what men do. And just really, really cool, like just amazing. I'm gonna end this now and just want to say to you in front of everybody here, Joni, that I'm really, really sorry. I hope you forgive me for not taking better care of you. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure you end up in the WWE Hall of Fame where you belong. Love you, Joni. I'm really sorry. I'm terrible at this. I'd like to introduce one of my very favorite people and one of my very favorite pro wrestlers. He's kicked my head off many, many times. And he loved Chyna as well. Everybody make a little bit of noise for Rob Van Dam.
Such a turnout, everyone that came out here. I'm
out here for the same reason as everybody else, to pay my respects to Joni and her life, and of course myself and Sean and a few others. We represent the wrestling community, and the level that Chyna impacted the wrestling community is unprecedented. She was a pioneer, an OG. She definitely set the trail for Nicole Bass and any of the big muscle women afterwards. She was the standard setter for sure. Glad that I got to tell her that like last year in Texas. We were at a comic convention, we did a Q&A together, and it was cool to see that she appreciated that I had that respect for her. Of course I did. I mean, she was the man. When she was on TV back in the day, when she was getting the ratings, she made us, those of us inside the business, whisper among each other, you know, like, dude, would you be cool with that if they want you to wrestle a girl? And it made the men that are outside of the business that were watching that on TV whisper amongst each other, dude, she would beat the shit out of you. I said, you too, I know. And so she made an incredible impact in the profession of wrestling, an elite level of icons where people will always remember her, and she doesn't even need a last name. Right. And not just the wrestling world, but she was so big that she crossed over many boundaries, impacted many people in many different worlds. And everyone knows who you're talking about when you talk about Chyna. Even if they don't watch wrestling, if you refer to that pro wrestler Chyna, everybody knows. That's how far she made it. That is due to all of her accomplishments, for her being herself, and not trying to follow anybody else and take their position, but by creating her own, and even post pro wrestling career, like everything she did was to extend her brand and do everything her way. So I always had a lot of respect for her. Besides her being a really nice person, I always respected her for all of her accomplishments and the way that she was able to do it by being one of a kind. And I know that that's why she's always going to be remembered as the legend that she was and is.
Chyna played the cello. We're gonna watch a little bit of it.
Where are we starting from again?
like to introduce Chyna's cello teacher, Michelle Packman. We're going to play. She's going to play Chyna's cello. Chyna reached out to me. We had not spoken in a while. And she said she saw this video on YouTube of me doing this song. Sorry. She said, I saw you and your son, and I just went, what am I doing? She picked up the internet, and she reached out, and that was the beginning. For some reason, she always loved this song. She'd make me play it, just all, I don't know, it's like, girl, come on. And she was like, you need to do this in front of a lot of people. And I said, that's not gonna happen. But she's cracking up right now. Because she knows I gotta do it. But it's an honor to play with my son, Anthony Anzaldo Jr. We're gonna have a little cello with Michelle.
No, we're not.
Kill it, Anthony.
Got some good news. We're almost a quarter of the way through the night. She sits alone by a lamppost, trying to find a thought that's escaped her mind. She says there's the one I love the most, but Prince, he ain't far behind. She never lets me in, only tells me where she's been. She's had too much to drink. I say that I don't care, I just run my hands through her black hair, and I pray to God you gotta help me fly away and just let her cry. If the tears fall down